Have you ever made a grammar mistake in English and only realized it later? Well, today we're fixing some of the most common mistakes English learners make. Mistakes that even advanced students get wrong. Oh no! Are you making these grammar mistakes? Let's find out! Grammar mistake number 1. I hope you to pass the exam. Perfect! This sentence is incorrect because hope does not take an object before to. So when we're talking about someone else, we use hope and that clause. Hope is not followed by an infinitive with to before an object pronoun, you. Here in the sentence, you is the object pronoun. It's very common to drop that in the sentence. I hope you pass the exam. Or I hope that you pass the exam. So both correct. Next wrong sentence. None of the students is late. None of the students is late. Well, the correct sentence is none of the students are late. Why are? Because we have students. None means not one, which sounds singular, but at the same time, it can refer to multiple things. Plural subjects followed by plural verbs. So for plural nouns, we use plural verbs. And here, we're talking about multiple students, so we use are instead of is. None of the students are late. Okay, we use are for plural nouns, but what about the word information? None of the information are useful. The correct sentence is none of the information is useful. Why? We use a singular verb for uncountable nouns. So here, information is uncountable, so we use is. None of the information is useful. Actually, uncountable nouns can't be plural, so we can't use are. So we use a singular verb for uncountable nouns and a plural verb for countable nouns. Another grammar mistake. Between you and I, this is a secret. What's wrong? This is a correct sentence. Between you and me, this is a secret. Between you and me, not I. This is a common mistake. We use subject pronouns like I, he, she, we, they, instead of object pronouns like, what is an object pronoun? Me, him, her, us, them, after prepositions like to, for, between, and with. And here we have the preposition between, so we use an object pronoun instead of a subject. So we use an object pronoun, me, instead of a subject pronoun, I. In this phrase, between you and me is correct because it's the subject of the preposition between. Look at the next incorrect sentence. If I studied harder, I would be a doctor now. Aha! We should say, if I had studied harder, I would be a doctor now. But why? It's a mixed conditional sentence, but it's used in the wrong way. If you're talking about a current situation, but you're really trying to refer to the past, try using past perfect instead of simple past. Let's break it down. We should use had studied for past condition. This sentence mixes up the condition and the result. It sounds like you're talking about a current situation, like studying harder now, but you're really trying to refer to the past by saying, if I had studied harder. Grammar mistake number 5. I am used to play soccer. What's wrong? Wrong structure. The correct sentence is, I used to play soccer. Why I used to? Because it refers to the past habit. Used to refers to actions and situations in the past, which no longer happen or are no longer true. It always refers to the past. Used to is followed by the base form of the verb and not the gerund, not the ing form of the verb. How about this one? I used to playing soccer. The correct sentence is, I am used to playing soccer. Be used to means be accustomed to or be familiar with. It can refer to the past, present, or future. We follow be used to with a noun phrase, a pronoun, or the ing form of the verb. So, I am used to playing soccer means you are familiar with playing soccer. It's something you do regularly. Once again, remember, we use am, is, are, used to for familiarity with a gerund, alright? And we use used to for past habits with the base form of the verb. Used to, past habit. Be used to, something you are accustomed to. Next mistake, she is more taller than me. She's more taller. The correct sentence is, she is taller than me. We drop more when we use a one-syllable adjective like tall, short. Just add er for comparison. Tall plus er is taller, not more taller. Taller is already in the comparative form, so we don't need to add more to the word taller. Call me when you will arrive. What's wrong with this sentence? Correct one. Call me when you arrive. No will after when for future meaning. Remember, we always use simple present after the word when. In this sentence, we use the present simple tense arrive after when to talk about a future action. Even if we are talking about the future action or future event, use simple present tense after the word when. Call me when you arrive, not call me when you will arrive. I have an advice for you. I have some advice for you. Advice is uncountable. When we want to count uncountable nouns like these words, we use expressions like pieces of, bottles of, or cups of. These are called quantifiers. These nouns can be counted individually and have both singular and plural forms. Like apple, for example, we say apples. Dog, dogs. They have plural form, yeah? We add s to these words and make them plural nouns. Also, for the countable nouns, you can use numbers directly with the nouns, like 2 apples, like chairs, 2 chairs, 3 chairs. We can add numbers. I have an advice for you. Advice is uncountable, so we cannot say an advice. We should add a quantifier like a piece of advice. So the correct sentence is, I have a piece of advice for you, or I have some advice for you. Some is also correct. Look at the next one. Can I have 2 breads? 2 breads. Incorrect. Can I have 2 pieces of bread? Bread is uncountable noun, so we do not need a bread or 2 breads, and we cannot add s. Uncountable nouns are not used with the articles a or an or numbers. Since bread is an uncountable noun, we use pieces of, like a quantifier, to count it. Can I have a piece of bread? Is correct. Can I have 2 pieces of bread? Is also correct. So, how many of these mistakes have you made? Be honest. Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more fun English lessons. See you in the next video and happy learning. Bye!